We bring on Jonathan Thomas, who is the winning trainer for Catholic Boy, and what a performance his 3-year-old gave at Travers Saturday and in the winner's circle, and what a win it was for sure. And Jonathan Thomas joins us here on Big Board Sports, 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio. Jonathan, Roger Weiland, and Chris Honorado, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, congratulations. Has it sunk in yet that you won the Travers?
It's been kind of multiple layered, but yeah, I mean, kind of now that the emotional reactions kind of subsided. I mean, we've just had so many people reach out, some peers in the game, people I really respect, and just kind of your hardworking people behind the scenes. So it's really been an amazing experience.
How confident were you going into this race that this could be the outcome for you?
We were really thrilled with how this horse was training and how our preparation had gone. I mean, we really had little in the way of encumbrance, and that often plays a factor in things. And I thought we were bringing him over the best we've ever taken him to a race, and it was just a matter of things playing out in our favor, and fortunately they did.
Jonathan, if you would call this your biggest win of your training career, how do you anticipate winning the Travers Saturday changing the course of your career in terms of the better horses you get, or I guess the different attention you may get from owners?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, there's a few races on our calendar that can be basically life and career changing. I mean, and this is one of them. I mean, it's kind of like, you can win as many games in the regular season, but if you don't get to the playoffs and eventually, to the Super Bowl, you just kind of, your season goes unnoticed. So you have to have things like this happen to kind of take you to the next level. So for our team, it's extremely meaningful on that front. Certainly it's gonna help us going forward. But there's also the fulfilling kind of the wishes and dreams of our clients and the people that back us and giving them that experience, that also is a huge part of it.
Jonathan, tell us your career path to get to being a trainer, because I know back as far as not that long ago in 2000, you retired as a steeplechase jockey.
It did, yeah, I did. I mean, it's kind of very similar to if you play any kind of big league sport and you get injured early, and really. You have two choices. You can either, leave the game altogether, or, you go for some sort of coaching or managerial job. And, I've always enjoyed kind of the preparation and getting ready for things. And the training just was something that I always thought I wanted to do. And the riding was more of a platform to kind of get into that arena. It came a little bit earlier than anticipated, but, I'm glad it did.
And you spent some time with Todd Pletcher. How did he help you along this career path?
Being part of that program was instrumental. I mean, there's few people that operate at the level he does as consistently as he does. And, I learned a tremendous amount from him, not only in the day-to-day operations, but also, the business aspect of it and the clientele. So I was blessed to, A, have gotten that job, and 2, spend as much time as I did in it.
Travers winning trainer Jonathan Thomas with us here on Big Board Sports 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio. He, of course, had Catholic Boy Saturday at Saratoga. Jonathan, Roger was wondering this aloud earlier in the show, and it's the question that I know you've gotten a number of times in the lead up to Saturday's race. But realistically, the change, I shouldn't say the change, but coming back from dirt and then to turf and then back to dirt for Catholic Boy, did you really put the expectations on him that, hey, we can still win the Travers? And did he respond better to the dirt on Saturday than you thought he might coming from turf?
It's kind of a testament to his athleticism that he's been able to handle both at a high level. The reason we circled the Belmont Derby initially was because for a 3-year-old, really at that time of year, your options were the Belmont itself, going 1.5 miles on the dirt, or the Belmont Derby. Both obviously very prestigious, both carrying a high and hefty purse. I love the thought of bringing him back on the grass, going 1.25 miles. I never thought the 1.5 miles was something that was going to be, for him. And once we were able to take that grade 1 off the table for him on the grass, it left us with the opportunity to investigate a grade 1 on the dirt, which not only, offers the prestige of a big race, but residually as a stallion. And when you get to handle these upper tier horses, there becomes a management aspect of adding to their overall value. And a race like the Travers, can basically, put a horse into the stallion market, which can be very, it's a very elusive thing for a horse. But, now with his resume, he's earned his way to having a second career as a stallion.
So what's next on the radar here now that you've won the Travers?
We always kind of have soft targets just so we have something to plan at. The Breeders' Cup Classic makes the most sense at this point in time. I mean, we love the distance at 1.25 miles. Churchill, I think, will be a place that he'll handle. So, we're going to set that as a soft target and then kind of work backwards. I also like to spend about 7 to 10 days assessing horses after they run and, make sure that they come out of it well and that going forward's in their best interest. But from what we've seen so far, he's coming out of this race very well.
I know you had at least one horse in one race yesterday, Jonathan, but Saturday night, did you stay up late? Did you sleep in late Sunday morning? I mean, was there some celebrating that went on, or does that wait till...
This is a definite thing I took out of the Todd Pletcher playbook, is no matter how well or how poor you do, there's another day. And, we're very fortunate to have this horse, but we also have a lot of clients that have put their horses in our care, and I want to make sure we give them the best on a daily basis. So to answer your question, we had some people come back to the barn. We spent some time around the horse and had a couple beers, and I had dinner through a drive-through, and I think I went to bed at about 9:30, and I was at work at 3:45 the next day.
So you weren't at the Horseshoe or Ciro's tearing it up
No, those. There was a time, maybe 25-year-old Jonathan would have been there till about 2 a.m, but 38-year-old Jonathan likes to be in bed by 8 o'clock.
Well, listen, man, it was fun. I was the dude that was trying to stick my microphone in your face as you walked out of the winner's circle to get just something quick for TV, and you did say something, so that was good, and we did use it. It was all good. But man, congrats on everything. Fun times for you, and we look forward to great success with you as a trainer down the road.
Well, that's much appreciated. Thanks for the call, and I appreciate you having me on the show.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Jonathan, congrats,
Take care, man.